Hey everybody, I hope you are having a blessed up Friday. And today we're going to talk about how to shift your inspirational mood if you are not feeling inspired. I have some really good news for you, and maybe this will shift the way that you move, the way that you do things. So, welcome if you're joining me tonight. I know this message is going to be really helpful for you. And one thing that I saw like maybe a few years ago was about using the weekend to build yourself versus break yourself down. And today we're talking about identity shifting. So, welcome if you're joining. What's up, Sheik? What's up, Samuel? What's up? I can't pronounce your name, but hello. And so, yes, let's get to it. One thing I want to say is I had this huge like epiphany breakthrough maybe like a few weeks ago, and I wasn't feeling inspired. I was actually feeling kind of defeated. Have you guys ever felt that way? Like you just felt kind of defeated because you were focusing all of your energy and your time into like your current situation. Maybe you're going through some hardship or there's some heavy things that you have to face and you have to clean up in order to fully move forward. And those moments are not inspiring. Let's just say that. Those moments are not inspiring. And so remember, sometimes you're not going to be inspired to take action because you're focusing your energy on the current situation, the what is, versus what's on the other side when you tackle it, when you go through, when you handle the adversity, when you clean up whatever you got to clean up. And when you focus on like what's on the other side, that one thing that always gets me to take massive action and when I'm working with clients is we get people to kind of almost like teleport themselves from like not focusing on where they're at, but how they're going to feel when they get on the other side of that, kind of like the bridge, right? And so whenever you're feeling uninspired, if we understand based on the things that we're studying as far as like metaphysics and law of attraction, they're saying inspired action. Well, why is it that you know that you have big goals, big dreams, big aspirations in life, but yet you don't feel inspired to take action? It's because sometimes you're focusing so much of your energy and your attention on where you're at and your current situation and circumstance versus what's on the other side. And one thing you have to understand is the only way out is through. The only way out is through. All right. Now, today, we are just covering this, getting you back up and going, using the weekend to get you up and moving. Exactly. That's what this is about. One thing you need to understand is pain is real, but suffering is optional. Pain is real. It's in the moment. You run into a wall or something like that. You stub your toe. It hurts, but suffering is optional. All right. So maybe you have something that you haven't handled and it's weighing really heavy in your heart, or it's taking up your energy, it's taking up your space. And it could be something really simple that's like cleaning up a closet or going through stuff and getting rid of like things that you're not using, but it's just taking up space. Or it could be something where you got to go back and fix something that is affecting your future. And the only way out is through. And that's what I mean. Like pain is real, it impacts you. But if we don't handle the things that are causing us pain or taking away our energy and taking away our life force or kind of weighing us down mentally, emotionally, it's just taking up space. And we know that we can do something about it and we're not. That's what suffering is. And there's two forms of pain you have to understand. There's a pain of not doing it, which is like that suffering part, and then there's the pain of doing it. I always like to say using the body as the example because it's something that we can feel. It's something that affects us every single day, and it's when you're trying to get really healthy or you're taking your body and your health to the next level, even going from something where like I think my body is good, I love my body, but if I was going to take myself great and get back into my competing days, it's literally the little things that make a huge impact as far as like the food and the training and the sleep that will make such a huge shift. And it's the same thing with life. It's those little things that add up, that 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 equals that outcome. Now, there's that pain of not changing, and a year goes by, 3 years go by, and you're like, shoot, if I would have just dealt with it, if I would have just handled it, I would have already been in the clear already. I know I've been saying that recently, and that's why I'm finally handling past mess cleanups that I've been avoiding because I've been too busy and I have too many other important things to do, right? Have you said that before? But it's still affecting you. And it's almost like it's like layering up. It's like layering up, and you're like, I could have freaking been done with this already. So what if it was 3 years? I've been, it's 3 years done. At least it would have been done energetically. I could move on. I could build something bigger, something newer. But eventually everything catches up with us. Eventually everything catches up with us. And I've been really meditating a lot on this, and this is what's getting brought up. And I've had a few conversations today, so I'm going to bring awareness to you, is even a vibrational energetic cleanup. I know this sounds deep here. Hear me out on this. You're going to keep receiving the same patterns in life. You're going to keep receiving the same life lessons in life. You're going to keep receiving these things that are causing you maybe like pain or frustration because you haven't energetically cleaned up the stuff that you need to clean up. And maybe it could be something as deep as not really wanting to take personal responsibility for something in your life where you think somebody else is going to come around and do it for you, but it's just not going to happen. So the faster you accept, I'm the one that has to do it, the faster you're going to move out of it, because the only way out is through. There's no loop arounds. There's nothing like that. The only way out of something is through it. So the biggest pain point of not changing is the fact of, not changing and just staying stuck AF. A whole year goes by and you realize like, man, maybe my outer world is a little bit different, but the way that I feel internally is still the same. And a whole year goes by and it's August 4th, 2024. Your outer world might be a little bit different, but the inner world, the way that you're feeling energetically, that energetic chaos, that anxiety, that the disheartenment, the whatever you're feeling might still be there. Thank you. I love you too. God bless you. Now, I want you to think of it like this. If a whole year goes by and I handle whatever I got to handle, how would I feel about myself? How would I feel about my life? So what if it takes you a year? So what if it takes you 2 years? So what if it takes you 3 years? What's on the other side is where the inspiration comes from. Not necessarily in the moment. And that's what you got to hold on to. You got to hold on to when I'm on the other side of this, like, I'm going to feel really happy. I'm going to feel that liberation. I'm going to feel that fulfillment. I'm going to feel that happiness. I'm going to feel that joy. And all of this was worth it. All of this was worth it. All of this was betting on myself, fighting for myself, finding harmony for myself was all worth it. So sometimes it's not going to be inspiring to move when you're focusing your energy on the what is, on the there. But if you guys can just create this identity shift of like almost like teleporting yourself to what's on the other side, that's what will carry you through with that inspiration. That's what's going to move you and help you see the light within the dark as you're moving through whatever it is that you energetically got to clean up, mentally got to clean up, physically got to clean up. Maybe for the first time in life, something of you actually taking care of yourself or handling something that you've never handled, or finally taking responsibility for your health, for your mental health, for your emotional health, for your spiritual health, and creating that harmony. You can't continue to build a skyrise on a weak foundation. And most of the time, it's a great time right now to really think about how solid your foundation is. Most of the time, that foundation that you built a few years ago isn't going to be strong enough to carry you through in this next season of your journey. So it's okay to build a new foundation. It's okay to restructure, not even restructure, to structure a new foundation for yourself, so that no matter how high that sky rises that you build, no matter how high that tower is, no matter how stories you want to build, that building is not going anywhere. because that foundation is solid AF. So use the weekend to really get clear on your foundation. And one thing I always say too is like, life happens in daily micro steps. So when I do blank, like when I put this blank when this happens first, then XYZ is going to happen. A lot of times we reverse it, like, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to take care of myself, or I'm going to do this once I get this. But most of the time, what's going to get you this is when you put this first. And it's literally a swap. Hopefully this is making sense. This is going out in the newsletter tonight, so I'm just kind of fine-tuning it. Get clear on your mental blocks. Do it anyway. Think about what's on the other side. Focus on everyday counts. You already started today, not on Monday, not when the kids go back to school, not like in the new year. Like, your time is now. Progress can only happen in the present moment. So doing it anyway is what will shapeshift your belief, and it will give you a new experience. By giving yourself new experiences, you'll be able to see the outcome a lot differently. So hopefully today gave you some kind of like a oomph to reset your weekend. Whenever I have extra time, I always think about like, where can I clear up space? Is there something that I need to handle that hasn't been handled? Is there something in the past that needs to be addressed, or any attention that needs to happen? And then I also embrace how I feel around it versus allowing my emotions to stop me from moving forward. Because your beliefs are only like attached as a truth because you keep giving yourself the same experiences. So in order to change your belief systems, you have to give yourself new experiences. In order to do that, you're going to see like, wow, it's actually not as bad as I thought. And you're going to do it anyway, even if you're afraid. You're going to do it anyway, even if you're not, and you're going to do it anyway, even if you don't have all the facts. Because the greatest segment of knowledge is going to come from experience. You're like, all right, maybe that didn't work out for me, or, oh, maybe I didn't do that, or maybe my foundation isn't as solid as I thought it was. But that's okay, because at least I'm doing action, and now I know. And now I know I got to tweak it a little bit. Now I know I got to move a little differently. Now I know, actually, I need to bring a lineup in. I need to bring some experts in. I need to have a support system. I need to be fast tracked because I don't want to figure this out anymore. I'll say anybody great or anybody doing extraordinary things has not done it alone. They will tell you that. Sometimes people have had to, but even them doing it alone was finding out resources or figuring out how to maneuver differently, or finding people to listen to, like you guys hopping on these live streams. I'm trying to help fast track you. But if you do need deeper support and coaching and like having like put it all together, it's not always necessarily all of the information. It's the information in the right order that's going to move you a lot faster than how you're moving right now. So use this weekend to really gain clarity on, number one, where you want to go, your belief systems around where you're going. Like how strong your belief systems around where you're going. And then third, figure out who you need to be part of your lineup in order to get you there. All right. But please promise yourself that you're never going to quit, and promise yourself that you're going to do it, even if you're scared, even if you're uncertain, even if you feel weak. You just move. And that's what's going to get you stronger. That's when it's going to give you more clarity. That's what's going to give you just more faith, because it's your life. And unless you're taking the right steps, and unless you're just taking steps, you're not really living. So I want to just encourage you to get moving, get back up if you feel defeated, or if you feel like you've fallen down. And yeah, thank you. Yep, my lineup. And even for me, I don't do it alone. I've never done it alone. I've always had the right people in my lineup. It's very discerning with the people. I was coachable. Find people that you can trust or you can be coachable with, because if you don't trust your coaches, you're still not going to move. You have to trust the people that you've chosen to be a part of your lineup, even if it is watching a live stream, or the people that you're pouring into with social media or newsletters. But if you guys do need something, I've got this accountability calendar. All right. It's free for you if you don't have the funds to do, or you just need to build trust. I get it. The link is inside the bio, tanyacoliver.com/calendar. And I'm not a real estate investor, but a lot of my clients are in real estate. I am in the business of building human beings up so that they can, no matter what career they decide to do, they're playing at the pro level, at the highest expression themselves. So what I do is I'm a performance coach. I'm going to create a video on what I do because I get asked that a lot. I'm a performance coach for high-end achievers, so it doesn't matter what industry they're in. I just so happen to have a lot of clients in the real estate industry, as the personality trait is very similar in the MLM space, in the real estate space, and even in the athletic space. So that's what I do. I'm a human performance coach, and I don't build buildings, but I build people up. So hopefully that helped and that made a little bit of sense. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys want the newsletter is going to go out after this, and it's going to be more written. You can get the calendar. The calendar is going to link you also to the email list. So you get free emails from me like 3 to 5 times a week. And so I get to stay in your brain. And also, if you guys have issues with procrastination, I have a 1-hour workshop for only $37. And that is tanyacoliver.com/procrastination. And then we have a productivity time auditing course. So yeah, just send me a message and the intention behind the message, and I'll get back to you guys. I've got a few extra things to do tonight. The night is not over, and then I'm rewarding myself with some salsa dancing, so I will be sharing that inside of my story. Stay tuned. I hope you guys have a blessed up day, and just keep your head up. Stay in the game, okay? Life is going to get better on the other side. I love you. Everybody's told you today, and I believe in you, and I'm in your corner. All right, you guys. See you later. Bye. Bye.